In case you haven't noticed, 2020, due to certain circumstances, has changed a lot for most of us, especially the way that we're communicating. We're seeming to be more reliant on technology more than ever. And if you guys remember a few months ago, I gave you a video on how you can fix any dry text conversation, and you guys seem to really like that one. And it's being really highly requested that I teach you guys on how you can fix any dry conversation that is over FaceTime. So today, that's exactly what we're talking about. But what's up, you guys? Welcome back to HP Fashion. If you're new here, my name is Zach Bobs. In today's video, we're going over how you can fix any dry conversation that is over FaceTime or Skype or Google Duo, whatever it is that you use to video call anybody that you're feeling a certain type of way about. Before we get started, just really quick, I wanted to say thank you guys so much for getting the channel to 1,000 subscribers. You guys are still going with that. You guys are absolutely amazing. I know I've been saying for the longest, I'm gonna give you guys consistent content, but that is the case starting right now, I promise. And I'm gonna be giving you guys more consistent videos all throughout the week. Of course, you guys can follow me on Instagram at Mr. HP Fashion. I wanna get that to over 1,000 followers as well. So if you guys can hit the link in the description below, go follow me there. That'll be greatly appreciated. But you guys are absolutely amazing. The first thing you can do to fix a dry conversation over FaceTime is to save the small talk. No, I'm not saying don't use small talk at all. I would say the best bet for you, do small talk at the very beginning of the conversation just to get it going. Having the ability to use small talk to start off a conversation is an amazing skill that guys can have, especially when talking to girls. That could be a whole video within itself. So if you guys want a video like that, be sure to hit that like button, and I'll be sure to drop that sort of video really soon. But like I said, just save the small talk for the very beginning and use her answers as an opportunity to have an even longer conversation with her. And the way you can do this is just to add some substance to what she's saying. A great way to do it is just ask a couple of follow-up questions, and maybe you guys can land a little bit more of a targeted topic. There's no need for you guys to have small talk just all throughout the conversation for like an hour. Those type of conversations can get very one-sided, very boring, very fast. The second way that you can save your conversation is to be efficient with your words. Trust me, as a guy who can go on and on and on a conversation, it is gonna be in your best interest to know how to properly tailor your words and what you're saying to this girl, so that you can kind of keep the conversation even. You don't need to be the one who is really carrying the conversation, because that's gonna send a subliminal message to her that you're really the one who's more interested in this conversation than she is. And I know that can sound good on paper, but in reality, that could seem a little bit of a desperate move coming from the guy's side. And a great way to be more efficient with the words that you're saying is to ask questions. If you can find a way to keep this girl talking with questions that you know that she can just go on and on about, then trust me, you're going to be in the clear, and that conversation is going to be 100 times easier for you. I have found it just to be a little bit better when I'm talking to a girl and I'm asking her questions that I know that she can just go on a tangent about. And it's questions that she's actually tailored to her and her situation. So like what's going on with her school life, her family, friends, the drama at her job, whatever it is. This is one of those cases where you kind of have to actually listen and pay attention, and just to make sure you can collect enough information to ask a couple of follow-up questions on certain topics. Which actually does bring me to my next point, and that's going to be actually listen to her. Whenever you are talking to a girl on FaceTime, it is important that you actually pay attention to her and what she is talking about. I know whatever it is she is going on and on about, it's going to sound like fluff to you. You're not going to be really interested in what she is talking about, but it's important to her, so it might win you some points to actually just sit there, just take a few minutes and just actually look at the phone and listen to her and what she is saying. Girls feel a certain type of way whenever a guy takes the time to just sit there and just let them talk and just absorb whatever it is they're saying. And like I stated briefly in my previous tip, this can actually help you with any future conversations that you do have with her. If you're actually listening, you're actually available to just collect any important information that she may not be talking about, and you can just actually just save that for like follow-up questions or conversation starters for any future conversations that you do have with her. And trust me, whenever you do bring up topics from a previous conversation, that does win you a lot of points with that girl. So just sit there, actually listen to what she has to say, and trust me, your life is going to be 100 times easier when it comes to talking to this girl. So these next couple of tips I'm going to be giving you are going to be really helpful for guys that have been in relationships for a little bit longer with their girl, or if they're in a long distance relationship. I know this really helped me out whenever I was long distance with my girlfriend, and it really kind of helped us, get through a little bit of the struggle of just being away from each other. So one thing you can do over FaceTime is to have date nights. Literally, just hit up your girl one day and just say, hey, Friday night, we're going to have a date night. dress up a little bit, not the whole 9 yards, so just a little something, and you and I are gonna do something pretty fun. Maybe you guys cook dinner, whatever you guys are, or just ordering food at the same time, and just have something really cute, really romantic, and just kind of set it up and just really have sort of thing planned out. Maybe you guys play a game while you guys are talking over the phone, and just something to kind of spice up the conversation and just have fun. And a great easy way that you can have a date night over the phone is to actually do a movie night. With these apps like Zoom, Skype, there are actually ways that you can actually share your screen with the person you're talking to and just actually stream something like a movie from Netflix or something like that and have a quick, easy, free date night with your girl. And trust me, this is going to win you tons of points with her. I wish this was around whenever me and my girl were starting dating. We did this really complicated way of doing it, but trust me, utilize what you guys have now and your conversations are gonna be 100 times better. If you do this on a regular basis, this is something that she's actually going to be trying to look forward to and want to do this even more often with you. One way you can make your conversations less boring with the girl that you're talking to over FaceTime is to not do the cringy couple thing and that stay on your phones overnight. Now, if you guys are having a conversation that just carries for hours on end, then that's great, continue to do that. But I'm talking about when couples do this thing where they set up their phones at their nightstands and they just go to sleep like that. You might not even see the person that you're talking to, but they just keep the conversation going for hours and hours on end. Me and my girl did this, trust me, it was a lot of work, and honestly, I wish I could kind of take it back. And I'm just saying that out of just, you want her to actually want more of you. And the more and more that she sees you on FaceTime, the less special it's going to be for her. The idea is just to not be constantly in her face. When you guys are FaceTiming, that's supposed to be something fun and special for her, something that happens on occasion, and she's actually wants that to happen, and she's gonna be excited whenever she sees you call. And just being on your phone for more than 24 hours, I always say more than 12 hours at a time, if you guys are not having a deep, meaningful conversation, seems kind of pointless and will water down the experience over time. But with that said, that is it for me today, guys. If you liked today's video and you learned something from it, be sure to hit that like button. If you guys are new here to the channel and you're into men's fashion, men's grooming, relationship advice, lifestyle advice, be sure to hit subscribe. Help us build the HB community. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, it's at Mr. HB Fashion. I would love to get that to 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible. So be sure to hit that link in the description below. Go follow me there. And if you guys are not following me on TikTok, I have a lot of fun on there too. I know this is where a lot of you guys are from. You guys are amazing. Be sure to follow me on there as well. It's also at Mr. HB Fashion. I will be posting a little bit more frequently on there just to give you guys a little bit more fun content. But thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I'll see you next time.